Yo, bro, welcome to another episode of In the Life with MightyFan here. Just kind of impromptu vid. I'm actually on my way out to get some dinner, pick it up at Wendy's there to drive through. So, bit of a vehicle vlog, although I'm starting it from leaving my house, which, figured what the heck. But, close the door here. You know what it is. So, it's Football Friday before Championship Sunday. Eagles and Commanders. So, looking forward to it. Excuse me, as I lock this door. Yep, it is definitely cold out. It's winter. But I've always said I will take the cold over the heat any day. So I gotta stand by my word. The only thing about the winter, that I'm not overly fond of is when it's just bitterly cold. Like when you get those wind chills and they just hit you. That's probably the worst part of it. But I will take cold over heat, that's for sure. Still got some snow on the ground here. Hopefully it melts by next week because it's supposed to be a little warmer then. Set this up here. Excuse my hand, but there it is. That's the view you're used to seeing when I do the vehicle vlogs, right? Get some heat on in here. I know you're not going to see me that well because obviously I can't put the light on as I'm driving on the inside because that's illegal. And if I get pulled over, I don't think the cop's gonna be like, if I tell the cop, I'm just vlogging for YouTube. I don't think that's gonna get me out of the ticket. So I'm gonna just drive legal like here, so without the light on the inside. And just heading over to Wendy's, grab some dinner. Got a chicken sandwich and I use my rewards. I got free 10-piece of the spicy nuggies. Now, if the Eagles advance to the Super Bowl and play Kansas City, I can't call Nuggets Nuggies for a couple weeks because that's Andy Reid's thing. And, I'm not going to do anything Chiefs-like during those 2 weeks. Should we play them? Should we advance? Obviously, got to advance. Got to win this game on Sunday. And see who we're playing if we do, because the Eagles are the first game, and the AFC is they're the nightcap, they're the second game. And to be truthful, I think I've seen the Eagles in 3 Super Bowls, because I was too young for 1980, but the 3 that I've seen, the Eagles have always been, when they won the NFC to go to the Super Bowl, they've always been the early game. And then the AFC was always the late game. And I think it flip-flops every year. And because I remember when the Eagles beat Atlanta back in 2005, New England beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh afterwards. And then in 22, I'm sorry. I think in 22 we were the second game because I think New England had already won their game against Jacksonville, so I misspoke. And the Eagles beat Minnesota, and they were the late game. But then a couple years ago, the Eagles were the early game. They beat San Francisco, and then Kansas City won their game. They were the late game. So 2 out of the last 3. Now this is going to be 3 out of the 4. Hopefully that we advance. I don't remember much about the years when we lost the NFC title game. I think I almost want to say the year we lost to Arizona, I think Pittsburgh-Baltimore was late. And I remember Pittsburgh won that close game Pittsburgh won that close game at home. I remember Troy Polamalu had that touchdown late in the game, pretty much sealed it for Pittsburgh. But the others, I don't remember. I mean, we lost to the St. Louis Rams at the time in St. Louis, and to Tampa, and to Carolina. But I remember, I do remember the others now. That I have to rethink of it. The ones we won, and that's more important for me and for the other Eagle fans. Yeah, it's exciting. It's getting there. Like I said off to Wendy's here, so, it's always good. I know most of you know this already, but it's always good to download the apps for the, for the fast food places, because you get rewards, you get points, there's deals, discounts. Anytime you can save some money, right? So, you get these points, and they build up, and then you get free food, So I got the free 10-piece nuggets. But to me, Wendy's still has the best spicy nuggets, and they're actually one of the few of the big, what I consider the big fast food chains. They're still one of the few that offer spicy nuggets. McDonald's tried that for a while, but it didn't last very long. And I know every now and then, Burger King will do something. I think they have those chicken fries, and that's what kind of separates them from the others, because no one else offers the chicken fries. But for Wendy's, I just think they do the best spicy nuggets. So, it's free, But, I've always, the taste of those have, I've had spicy nuggets from other fast food places, but to me, Wendy's still does the best ones. There's something about the texture. The dipping sauces are good too. But that's where I'm going now. Jersey-wise, I think about a week ago, Mitchell and Nez came out with a few new pieces. They did the, whenever it's around the All-Star break, it gets close to the All-Star game for the NBA, Mitchell and Nez usually puts out a line of jerseys for, a previous All-Star game in that host city. Sometimes they do others, too, but, so the Bay is hosting it this year. It's going to be at Chase Center in San Francisco. So Mitchell and Ness put out some authentics from the 2000 All-Star game, and that was the one highlighted by the the Vince Carter winning the dunk contest. But the All-Star game, so that year they wore their regular team jerseys. They just had the All-Star patch, and so Mitchell and Ness made I think about 4 or 5, maybe 5 jerseys, various different players. And it's just a regular team jersey from that year, or whatever they wore, and it has the 2000 All-Star patch on the jersey. And, there's a couple that, caught my eye. You got the Fireball, the purple Fireball of Suns, Jason Kidd, number 32. That's a pretty cool one. I got the black Fireball of his Suns jersey, but, this would be a little different. You got the home Grant Hill Pistons with the Flame Horse logo on the front. They never did an authentic of that one. The only authentic they did of that style was the Road Teal one. They've done all of them in swingman form, but this is the first time they're doing an authentic for the home white one. So that's kind of cool. At least it's something a little different. And then they got, they did the Vince Carter Raptors, which is the home jersey, because the East What's actually kind of interesting to me, because the West wore their road jerseys, and I guess they kind of flip-flop year to year, who was home, who was road. But I mean, you think of the Warriors, and that's a Western team, that's a Western kind of city, when NBA Western Conference, I should say, but the West was the road team in that All-Star game, and it doesn't flip-flop like that. Every year the NBA, some years that they'll do a couple years in the Western teams and then the Eastern teams, so it's like that. But so no, that's why you saw the players representing the West have the road jerseys. So like I think they did the Tim Duncan, and it's the Rhodes Black Spurs jersey. They did a Shaq and the I'm not gonna make it. This guy was coming a little too quick. They did the Shaq and the road purple. And then they did the Vince Carter, they did Grant Hill, and they did AI, they did Iverson, the home Sixers. And that jersey is the version before they went with the bat wing shoulders, the pro longer shoulders. On the jersey, so it's got their original look when they moved to that look, the black and red, gold, white, jerseys, basically like they, their finals run in 01, that style. Although it was the jersey before, the one with the elongated shoulders. And now they've done that jersey before. I have it. I have the home and away set. The only difference here is it has that All-Star logo. I mean, but I'm that crazy person that just for a patch, I'll probably go ahead and buy the jersey at some point. Don't know when. The one I want to see them do, though, is the 05, because he was the All-Star MVP. He won the All-Star MVP in 01 and 05 as a Sixer, and 05 they have yet to do anything, a swingman, authentic. All right, I got to put in I already put the order in on the app, but I got to.
How can I help you?
Yeah, I put a order in the app, a mobile order for NB or Neil.
Okay, hello. NB, right?
Yes.
Okay, hello.
Thank you. Each place has like their own little thing. And Wendy's is like they don't give you a number, an order number, but it's your initials basically. Which I always thought was like, well, what if someone else has my initials, and they get here first? Hey, how you doing? Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one. Well, man, they ain't wasting any time. And sometimes I get here, not to say, I wait long, but sometimes I'll come and, I'll get here and, just kind of waiting there, a little bit before they open the window. They had everything right in hand. Of course, I was the only one there at this time, but is what it is. Hey, that's service though, right? They knew I was filming. See, that's what it was. But yeah, as I was saying, the 05, so they haven't done the 05 All-Star Iverson to this point. And that game was in Denver. And he won the MVP. He was the All-Star Game MVP. And they haven't even made a swing of that. You figure, all the Iverson All-Star jerseys they've done, of course the 01 they did. They've done the others, but the 05 still has yet to be made. And I remember that one because, this obviously was back in 05, but there was a Foot Locker not too far from me, and they were selling that jersey, swingman. I think it was, if I remember correct, I think it was a Reebok or something like that back then. I forget if it was Reebok or Adidas. I'm pretty sure it was Reebok. But they were selling the swing of that jersey, and I never bought it. And I wanted to, and I just didn't do it. And then, of course, he goes on and wins the MVP of the game. And I'm like, damn, I should have gotten that jersey. I think I have one on one of my watch lists somewhere. I got too many watch lists on all these different, sites. But I always thought it was like kind of, and you always think as a Jersey head, right? So it's like what we think of, obviously, companies like Mitchell and Ness probably are not thinking in these terms, but it's like, Iverson won the MVP of the All-Star. Why wasn't that jersey made? I'm sure they'll get to it eventually. I don't know when the next time the NBA All-Star game will be in Denver, but I'm sure if that happens one of these years, they'll make it. And maybe they'll make it before. I mean, like I said, around the All-Star game, sometimes they do put out other stuff. It's not just for the host city. But I think, they have their own little booth. They have like a setup there for the, because the NBA does, like all the other leagues do, when they have an All-Star game, they have like the fan event stuff. And Mitchell and Ness always has a big, booth there. And so that's, they, obviously, they're selling stuff and, the host city, so obviously they're going to get merch. And I think they also made, I don't think they recreated the jerseys, but they made some, like they made a jacket. No, I think I remember seeing a jacket from like the game that was in the 60s there, which I have the Rick Barry jersey of, shout out to Slim. But I don't think they recreated that jersey. It wouldn't shock me if they did, even if they did a swing of it, but because that that game was in the Bay. But sometimes sometimes they'll put out a set of stuff for like other All-Star games. Maybe if like there's an anniversary for another All-Star game, they'll do that. But we'll see if they put out anything else. But I know at least I've seen, I think it's that set of 6 jerseys from the 2000 All-Star game. And then I remember at least seeing a jacket for like the 60s All-Star game, which is a pretty cool looking jacket. But I know Philly's trying to get it next year because the nation turns 250 next year. And how the MLB All-Star Game's going to be here. Part of the World Cup's going to be here. I am kind of surprised. I guess I'm not shocked, but I am kind of surprised that they're not going to do an outdoor game for the NHL here. I thought for sure because the country was turning 250, they'd do like the Flyers versus the Capitals or something like that, either here in Philly or in Washington. But the Flyers like hardly ever win the outdoor games, so I mean that's one less loss to think about next year. But we've only won one of them. The Stadium Series game against Pittsburgh at the Link, some years ago. It's the only one they won. They've been in a bunch of outdoor games. They just can never seem to win. Including last year against New Jersey in the Meadowlands. That's a bad memory. That stadium, Slim and I sitting in there, the end of the football season last year. But like I said, we saw Barkley's last touchdown as a Giant. He's done pretty good here. So yeah, jersey-wise, the other thing I'm kind of surprised, I mean, unless they're on some site that I just don't know about, the Four Nations tournament's coming out next month for the NHL, and I thought for sure, we'd start to see some jerseys. A couple of the Flyers are playing for, like, different teams for their home country, like, a few of them for Team Canada and whatnot, and I thought, wouldn't mind grabbing a, Travis Connecting or Sanheim, Team Canada jersey if they made them, just to have something that's different, It's the first Four Nations tournament too, so it's the inaugural one. Not that I'm complaining about that right now, because even if they pump them out now, I can't really do anything for another week or two with my billing cycle. Plus, I'm holding out hope if the Eagles win, there'll be a little, NFC championship merch to go after, and then eventually the Super Bowl stuff. But I'm kind of surprised. I mean, it's coming up in a few weeks. The Four Nations, face-off tournament, and then the Stadium Series stuff still hasn't hit. Columbus. I'm certainly interested in one of those. I really like the Columbus Blue Jackets jersey that they're doing for the Stadium Series versus Detroit in the Horseshoe at Ohio State. And yes, by the way, shout out to all the Buckeye fans out there. I know they won the national title. I gave my congratulations to Snacks right away because he's the biggest Buckeye fan I know. It was funny because earlier, I think it was early in the college football season, I was in Ohio for work, and we were in a grocery store, and there was like Ohio State stuff there. They had like a cereal and other stuff. And now that the players are getting paid, they can do endorsements and stuff. So they had the quarterback was on the cereal box. So I took some pictures and I sent it over to Snacks. I'm like, there you go. This is where you need to be. He got a kick out of it. So yeah, I was in Buckeye Land at that point. But they certainly made a big run, right? They won the college football playoffs. They beat Notre Dame to win the championship. So we have our first championship in 2025. And now I'm hoping that my Eagles can play in the to try to get another title in 2025 in a few weeks. But we'll see. Obviously, long way. Hey, they got to win this week, and then either against a very good Kansas City dynasty team that we've tussled with before, or against Buffalo. So either way, it's going to be a tough go of it. There, you can see me now. Hello. Ah, my. But anyhow, I got my Wendy's here. Huh? There you go. Got a little Wendy's. I got some lemonade. And, yeah, I'm ready to have some dinner. So, anyhow, like I said, a little impromptu in the life of MightyFan. We talked a couple things, a little about, a little Eagles there, a little Jersey talk, what have you. On my way to and from Wendy's. So shout out to Wendy's. And shout out to all of you. And what do you always got to do, right? You got to leave those likes. Like, right? You got to keep that. It's good for the algorithm here on YouTube. You have to also make sure, if you haven't already done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Still trying to get to 2K subs. And make sure you hit the bell icon so you're always notified of future content from yours truly. You never know what I'm going to be doing. I mean, I could be going to Wendy's or McDonald's. I could be going to Burger King. I could be going to, you never know, little Lee's. You know what? I don't think I'm going to get the Lee's. That's one of my big traditions for like a big game for the Eagles. I got to get my Lee's hoagie. I don't think that's going to happen because I know tomorrow is going to be a busy day for them. And they close early the night before the title game or the Super Bowl because they have to prep all the pre-stuff they do for the big day, right? I don't think I'm going to make it there. So I think that's even more reason for the Eagles to win on Sunday, right? That's more incentive. Because then I definitely will be going there at some point before the Super Bowl. That's definitely going to happen. That's a must. And speaking of that, we found out today that good old Nicky Six, right? St. Nick Foles is going to be the honorary captain for the game for the Eagles. So that's pretty cool, right? Talk about, heroes in this town, right? What a story that was, of course, in Super Bowl 52. And, of course, to get there, they did win the NFC title game at the Link against Jake's Vikings. Sorry, Jake. I know it's been rough, but your day will come. You just have to keep the hope alive, right? But so that's pretty cool, right? And then so we're gonna see how this game gets plays out, and then hopefully get that win, go into Super Bowl 59 in NOLA. So yeah. Anyhow, that's gonna do it for me. As I said, thanks for joining in here, and I will see you all in the next one. I have a couple in the life iced videos I have to get done. Probably get to those next week. And obviously, if the Eagles, regardless of what happens this Sunday, you'll see another, at least one more, hopefully more than one, Season of the Fan series vids for my beloved Eagles. And hopefully we're talking about a big win on Sunday against Washington. So anyhow, go Birds. And thank you all for the support, as always, to the channel. And I will see you all in the next one. You all take care. All right. Bye.